Yeah, I think it's... It's on, I guess? Oh.
So I'll show you again an error, but like I have a weird browser.
I don't know, what is this? It's kinda funny, what the fuck?
Yeah, what's up?
Not showing anything. I don't know what is going on. Okay, it's showing everything now, it's so loud. Okay.
Reduce the audio a bit and make sure people can hear me. So yeah, that's all. And
Oh my god.
and make sure to try out the flagging
Not
right
showing
now.
anything. I don't know what is going on. Okay, it's showing everything now, it's so loud. Okay.
Reduce the audio a bit and make sure people flagging, please. So yeah, try it now.
Pretty good.
Try and do yellow flag, please. Like full course yellow. I know it won't work. Layering is wrong. AC1 should be under everything. And I suggest renaming everything
That's good.
to the name, because if you fuck up, I'm going to sell you
Yeah, it's fine.
to the Mexican cartel.
It's fine.
Okay, what does damn someone binned it mean?
The safety car.
Okay, someone binned it real bad.
Oh, that's like red.
Make sure people can hear it. Anyways, that's all. Session is starting soon. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, belong. You too.
Good luck and wish me luck.
Welcome everybody to the DMS, the Daytona Motorsports League, F1 2011 season. And we're coming to you round 2 from Montreal, the famous Formula 1 circuit in Canada. And we're about to go racing. 5 lights on. And it's lights out. A great start from Big Colby. His teammate Bloody Chen follows. Let's see what's going to happen. Origami on the inside on that Lotus. As they go into double file. Origami right behind Pepperham in that Lotus. Let's see what he can do. Origami's teammate right behind him, Captain Kami. It's right on board. That's Vic Colby. That's just spun it out into the barrier. Big drama for the Mercedes team. They've got a huge issue. They dropped to the back of the grid. And that's going to restart them basically back to square one. Let's see how the Red Bulls are doing. Weird that they weren't at Vic Colby's gearbox when that happened. Oh, and that's Pepe. That's also spun it in the hairpin. The cold tires are getting to everyone here. And Bloody Chen in the Mercedes has just driven off with a huge lead, 4 seconds. It's a 42 lap race, but it seems to be looking really good for Bloody Chen here. Origami's no longer got his teammate right behind him. Instead, he's got a Force India right behind him. He's right on board. See what he does to try and chase down that Lotus ahead of him. Off the road. That's not going to be very good. That's going to set them back quite a while. 5-second gap from Origami. to the Force India right behind. As the two Lotus teammates seem to have trade positions. Oh, he's going to try and take it back. Here comes Captain Kemi around the outside. Can he do it in the hairpin? He holds it around the outside. No, he doesn't. Almost gets shown the wall. And that was very close. Let's ride on board with Pepe, who's got a great run on him. Side by side, they're going to come into the chicane side by side. Who's going to back out first? There's not going to be enough room for them. And the Ferrari goes straight on. And you might have to give the position back there because he went completely off the road. Yeah, you can see he does give the position back right there. But he's going to try and retake it back here. Oh, he just barely cuts that chicane. The Force India is now come into the picture. Big wiggle out of that first corner. Big pressure on Pepe right here. We've got a great race. And here comes Vate Colby into the picture. Oh, he's got the Force India moving out wide. And that seems to have been an issue.
You and put you in the FIA channel.
That's Pepe that's just had an issue. He went into the wall. Unfortunate for Pepe. Let's see if he's going to do anything on the Force India. And we've got 4 cars battling for position. Now let's see what Vate Colby is going to try and do under slipstream. Huge run from the Mercedes. Here he comes on the inside of the Lotus. And he's going to make that move on Captain Kami to take 3rd place, that last podium place. As we head into the 5th lap of this race. 4th lap. Pepe right on the back of that Force India. And it's the commentator's curse. Around
Sector
goes the
yellow.
Force India. And around it goes.
Green flag.
The Red Bull. Red Bulls are second to last and last. Not doing great right now for the RBs. And this could have been Stella's opportunity to pounce on that Force India, try and get some track position. Because when pit stops do roll around, it's going to be really important to have that track position. It's a very long pit lane here at Montreal. Oh, when they make contact! And I don't know if that was net code or if that was contact, but that was a big hit into the wall for the Force India. Stella takes 6th place away from the Force India. And it's Pepe that's just taking that position away from Captain Kami. Into the wall he goes. Driving all the way out to the limit of that Ferrari. Could Captain Kami chase him down though? No, he's struggling in turn 1. Probably one of the trickiest corners on this circuit. It's a very, very sharp. Excuse me, very sharp left-hander, and then a long right sweeper. Very easy to get one, either the fronts or the rears.
Sector 2 yellow.
Grip. That's Origami, and the Lotus has just gone into the wall. The Force India's around. And we'll take a look at how that happened. Real quick here.
Arturo, I think stream is black again. I'm not sure, but I think it is.
Let's take a look at what caused the Force India to go around into the chicane and just gets into the grass and into the barrier. Spins it right around. as the Lotus.
Hey
will
Arturo,
run.
stream is black for me and I can't hear anything.
It's not black for me. It's still up for me. Already got me coming into the pits. Looks like that could have been also repair. As it takes quite a while to get a pit stop done here at Montreal. Already got me coming into the pits. Looks like that could have been also repair. As it takes quite a while to get a pit stop done here at Montreal. And we're back. Apologies for that. Solving some technical issues of the broadcast. Our leader, Bloody Chen, 12 seconds ahead of his teammate, Vate Colby, who just now crosses the line. Pepe right behind him. It looks like that could be... Oh, that's Pepe that's just gone around. It looks like he might have tagged the back of Stella there. Trying to maybe lap him, but here comes... Oh, that's weird, is that... No, here comes Captain Cammy. In fourth place.
Arturo, I think just put full screen share. Because I think that's the problem.
What? Please repeat, everyone. Oh, that's big trouble for Captain Kami in fourth place.
Virtual safety car 140, virtual safety car 140, virtual safety car 140.
And that was a huge shunt.
Midnight is virtual safety car, just
And
telling
the
you
virtual safety car.
that you already violated. So you will be investigated after the drive.
Virtual safety car out here at Montreal. And that was a huge shunt for the Williams. Let's take a look back here and see what happened. Because that was a absolutely huge shunt that seemed to come out of nowhere. Oh no, he got tagged. Oh, hard into the wall there.
VSC still active. VSC virtual safety car still active.
He had to look at the Ferrari. Didn't get it done. And then I believe right behind him.
And virtual safety car over after finish line. Over after finish line.
And we'll just get back to racing in a moment. But let's take a look at what happened here. Midnight's gonna have a look at the Lotus on the outside. Doesn't work. Gets ran out of room. Goes to the inside and just... Oh, that's too close to call whose fault that could have been. But a very huge shunt indeed.
Okay, Zangove is not agree with the safety car, I think.
And we're gonna go back racing after our leader Bloody Chen in that Mercedes gets back to the start
By the way,
finish line.
was the 4, he overtake me. I was going, he was going full sand, I was one further.
Okay.
A word from our drivers who may be
He also take
upset.
Virtual safety car over after finish line. Over after finish line. And Bloody Shine, you will be investigated for a virtual safety car infringement.
And that seems to be some sort of misunderstanding here. But anyways, back to the good news. We are back racing here at Montreal. And it's our leader Bloody Chen who takes us to that green flag. He sees it first. It's Vate Colby, his teammate, 12 seconds behind him. Pepe and the Ferrari, 17 seconds behind him. Captain Kami and that Lotus, 18.5 seconds right behind him. Origami, 20 seconds behind him. And it's Stella who's 23 seconds away. Midnight is 31 seconds away. And Zangolier's in the Force India is 30 seconds away. It's been a very dramatic race so far here at Montreal. And Bloody Chen going to probably be trying to build that gap as much as he can because he's now being investigated for virtual safety car infringement. He didn't wait until the line to go back green. He was going basically full speed down that straightaway. So it's going to be interesting to see what severity of penalty he gets if he does get a penalty, because that was pretty, in my opinion, pretty clear that he did start going racing. And that's Midnight, that's just had an issue, gets passed by someone, I don't know who that was. Let's take a look at our replay, see what happened. Oh, he might have just gone into the back of the Lotus. No, just spun it under power. And that's a very tricky situation because not only have you spun, but you've got to get the car in reverse and then back into first gear to get going. That's a huge time loss for the RB. Not the race they expected to have. They had extremely fast pace in qualifying, so definitely not the race they were expecting to have. But we're only 10 laps in, so anything could still happen, as these races have proved. So definitely stick with us here. Stay tuned, as Montreal still has more to come. Montreal still has a lot more up its sleeve. And it's been slightly bland, I'll have to say, so far to try and broadcast this race as a broadcaster. We've had some exciting moments, but definitely on the long run, it's quite bland. New fastest lap from Bloody Chen. That's a 1:18.397. And he definitely is pushing to try and extend that gap, just to prepare, just to kind of give himself a cushion if he does get a penalty from that possible infringement of the virtual safety car. Riding on board with our leader.
Friendly tip to everyone, don't use hard, they're a crime against humanity.
Again, please.
Thanks again back.
Can you say it again, please?
From Montreal.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
And it's Bloody Chen who has taken Montreal by storm. 12-second gap to his teammate, Fate Colby. Oh, and we've got a battle on the racetrack. Around goes Origami. He got tagged. And just as I say that, the Force India goes off at the last chicane.
Sector 3 double yellow.
We're gonna take a look back at both of those incidents. Very interesting what might have happened there. That was Origami who got slightly bumped off the road. That was Midnight in the RB7. He may have just caused a tiny bit of contact. Let's ride on board with the RB7. Here he comes around the outside. Oh, and he just gets into the back of him. That is a very interesting incident, because it does not look like he was ahead of that apex. It looked like it was completely Origami's corner, and he just runs into the back of him. I doubt that was anything fairly wrong on his end. Just a little.
Okay, Midnight instant replay detected that you have collided with Itsuki when he was headed to the apex. Please swap positions, thank you.
And I'm still confused on what happened to the Force India, so let's take a look here.
Okay, Midnight, swap position with Itsuki for an dangerous, not dangerous, but overtaking with a collision, thank you.
Just got on the power a little bit too aggressively. Oh yeah. Yeah, those race tires, very, very hard to get right under power. So definitely an unlucky day so far for that Force India. Midnight. I don't believe Midnight. Yes, another big hit to the RB team. So let's pause that for a minute. A big send by Stella into the chicane. It's gonna be a switchback. He almost gets into the wall. And that was an absolute send on Bloody Chen, who seems to, he's trying not to go a lap down. But a huge dive into that Montreal hairpin. And that type of dive bomb normally doesn't end very well here at Montreal, so both of them got away very lucky. And Stella's still right behind that Mercedes. I don't believe he's going to try something again, as this isn't for position. Oh, and that was a very big moment for Bloody Chen on the rear of that Mercedes, giving that Mercedes a big wiggle under the power. And that was almost jeopardizing to Bloody Chen's race. And it seems that Midnight did once again pass Origami. So it's going to be interesting to see. And Stella makes the move on Bloody Chen to get that lap back. Let's take a look at how he did it. I think it was another dive into the chicane, or into the hairpin, no. Oh no, it was under power. Let's take a look at what happened with Midnight. How he passed Origami once again. Oh, what a nice switch back to the outside. And we're gonna have to watch that again on board with Midnight here. Here he comes on the outside. Forces Origami to defend fiercely on the inside and switches it back to the outside. Outstanding move by the Red Bull. And that definitely deserves some screen time.
I have a question. Why is Kami pitting for the third time? Just saying.
What a move by Midnight to take that position away from Origami. And let's get back to our live broadcast. It's Captain Kami pitting once again. I believe this is his second pit stop, if I'm not wrong. And once again, it's still Bloody Chen out in front. And it's definitely been an exciting race, to say the least. Some great racing and some very close racing for sure. Definitely a lot of contact, as that's a fast lap from Stella, a 1:15, and that is almost that qualifying pace. So you can tell that maybe some teams have a little bit less fuel in their cars by now. Oh man, really driving to the ragged edge of that Red Bull. And it was interesting to see this Midnight's drop back. Oh, here he comes to the outside of Pepe. He gets squeezed out of room. They make contact. And it was a miracle that that didn't end in a big crash. Midnight gets squeezed out of room by Pepe. Big run out of that final chicane for Midnight. What's he gonna try and do? Here they come down the front straightaway into turn 1. He's there. They make contact. Big hit to the rear of that Ferrari by Midnight. And the Ferrari goes
Safety
off
car
the track.
deployed. Safety car deployed.
And it's going to be a safety car deployed. We've just gotten the word from race control. That's Origami that is stuck on the track. Coming out of that last chicane. That is a very dangerous spot to be.
Why is Capellan come overtaking where is safety car?
And let's take a look at how that happened. So we're going to back it up quite a bit.
Safety car. Safety car.
Here he is coming down that back straightaway. Big speed. And here's his chicane.
Colby, is safety car job
Just
to you?
hit a bump. Big hit. Oh man, that was a very close call for the RBs.
Yeah, I don't know why people are overtaking on the safety car. I legit don't.
And let's take a look at what happened with Midnight and that Ferrari, because that was some very close racing to say the least. Definitely understating it when I say close.
Colby,
racing.
you're under investigation for a safety car infringement on lap 17.
Let's take a look at what Midnight did here. So it's Pepe on the outside. He's ahead at the apex, but he just gets a big bang to that side pod. That's right on board with Midnight. Yeah, he just, from his perspective, it looked like Pepe and the Ferrari just completely turned in on him. Let's take a look at it in a little bit of slower motion. Oh yeah, he just got turned in on. And doesn't look like anything intentional. Pepe just braking early to try and accommodate for that shallow line. Big hit into the rear of that Ferrari. Sends him into the grass and into the wall. And that wasn't the start of it. It started all the way back from here. Oh, he got completely, looked like he got blocked by Pepe. Dives it into the hairpin. Great defense from Pepe. But we're gonna have to take another look at that. Oh, he did. And that is a interesting move by Pepe. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, but yeah, he just completely cut him off. Let's ride on board again. Squeezed him out of room. Definitely Midnight letting him know that he is there. Gets squeezed out of room again. Midnight knows what could come from close racing like that. That's another good run out of the chicane, and that's where we see the incident that got the Ferrari shoved off the road. Definitely tough to call what happened there. Definitely a time loss for both of them. And Pepe was definitely defending very, very fiercely against that RP, so definitely just kind of a consequence. And we've gone back to green flag racing. Our leader, Bloody Chen, still taking off with that huge lead over his teammate, Bait Colby. And it's a DNF from Origami. So, unfortunate for that lowest team. But it was a huge shunt coming out of that chicane. Take a look at big traffic jam here with the Force Indias. No, we're actually still under safety car. That was just
Safety car still active, Arturo.
Guess that was a mistake on my end. Yeah, Bloody Chen is going at full speed, so I was mistaken there. I don't know exactly what is happening there. I believe Bloody Chen is still trying to catch the safety car. Still under safety car. Right now, midnight 6. Behind that Mercedes safety car.
Lapped cars to overtake the safety car. Lapped cars to overtake.
And just as the order was given, there goes Midnight. He overtakes the safety car. Looks like it's going to be not just him doing that.
I'm alone.
The force in
Pepe just hitting me.
Okay, let's check it out.
safety car. We're almost halfway into the race today at Montreal. And we thank you for joining us. It's been an exciting race so far. Currently under the safety car due to some incidents on the racetrack. And definitely our drivers trying to get the races sorted out once again. Stella currently right behind the safety car. He's the first one behind the safety car, but he seems to be a lapped car. So it's interesting that he has not tried to pass the safety car yet. And instead, he's got the 2 liters right behind.
Is safety car out or in?
Still out. Safety car in this lap, in this lap.
And we've just gotten the order from race control. It is going to be the safety car in this lap. Let's get ready to go back racing. Once again, it's Vate Colby ahead of his teammate Bloody Chen. Oh, and he's just had an incident into the wall, just spun it under the rears. Nobody had to see that. As the safety car is not going to make the chicane, instead going to be diving into the pits.
Resume racing after finish line. Resume racing after finish line.
It's going to be after the finish line. Let's see when Stella decides to go back to full speed. And the green flag comes back out. And it's the two
Okay,
Mercedes that fight. Vate Colby goes off the track.
I don't know.
Resting in the
He's still
position
cutting the
back.
corners.
He drops back down to third.
Yeah, okay, I'll check it out.
It's currently Stella in front of the leaders. Bloody Chen now with the lead back in his hands. But it's Stella who seems to be almost a lap down right in front of Bloody Chen. And we apologize that we race style officially not showing the correct gaps, which is unfortunate. But it's hard to see that Stella is a lap down. Or is at least about to go.
Sector 1 yellow.
Oh, and that's the Force India that's just gone
Green flag.
around. Pepe has to get around him.
And Arturo, you left the green flag on.
take a look at how that happened. See, starting his lap right behind Pepe here. And let's see, it looked like it was coming out of maybe the chicane here.
And
Oh, he just
also,
didn't get
Midnight
on that
overtake
curve.
me when he has illegal overtake. I think.
It's
Okay.
coming from that Force India. But let's go back live.
Zangoliers, you have a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. 5-second time penalty.
And that's a 5-second penalty to Zangoliers in that Force India. Currently running last place. And there was a few incidents. I don't think I can recall exactly at which lap, but definitely unfortunate that race control has called a 5-second penalty to that Force India car. Langoliers has had another incident on the racetrack coming out of that final chicane again. Been struggling with that final chicane. And it's not the greatest news. Now lapped by our second place car. Bloody Chen. It's Stella out in front with the lead at the moment. So the lead seems to have slipped out of the Mercedes hands. So definitely unfortunate. They were running all the way up front in the beginning of this race. And it's not over yet. It's still, something can still happen. As we've seen, we've had a safety car and a virtual safety car. We had a virtual safety car, and then we had a actual safety car be deployed on the racetrack. Definitely Montreal being one of the most tricky tracks to haul one of these F1 cars around. Big challenge for the drivers, as we've just been proved, as Vate Colby spins it around, coming out of that first corner. And it's Midnight in third at the moment. Vate Colby in fourth. And Mercedes. Stella, the leader, puts down the fastest lap. 15.686. So, a really fast lap time from our leader. As we are a little bit more than halfway into the race. That seemed to almost be a corner cut. Could have been a warning. Right on board with our leader.
Okay, Midnight, you will be investigated after the race for that possible intentional
Around
corner
goes
cutting at the
Pepe.
final chicane. Thank you.
Around goes Pepe. And I believe that was on his own. We're going to take a look at that right now. Let's take a look at what happened. He's coming back onto the circuit in a big snap on the rear wheels of that
Virtual safety
Ferrari.
car 120. Virtual safety car. All I see was Midnight and Zangoler said anal sex.
We've had a virtual safety car.
Don't mind the 3, 2, 1. It's when the safety car ends. And virtual safety car over. Virtual safety car over.
Back to Green Flag Racing. in
Virtual safety car was over at countdown, by the way.
Oh! And that was contact with the Lotus for our leader. Let's take one more look back at it again. And it looked like there was contact before this, so this is when the safety car was, the virtual safety car was ending. So here's where we go. Back green. Just gets alongside of him.
Hey,
Aero flight sector 3, okay? The crash.
what's that?
Oh! He got bumped
What's the
into
situation?
there.
Okay. Green flag.
Is it green?
It's green.
Okay, thank you.
No, and that's still an
Sector 1
RB.
yellow.
That's our leader. That's just gone around.
Green flag.
Seemed to have gotten it back going again. But a little bit of a time loss there for Stella in that Red Bull. So definitely unfortunate. And that was an interesting incident between Captain Kami and our leader. It looked like he got maybe dived on the inside too. Maybe just wasn't expecting it there. So I don't think there'll be too much more to come out of that particular incident, especially when we've had so many incidents so far into the race. The race has definitely been shooken up in a lot of different ways. I don't think this was a result that everybody was expecting on the grid. And Montreal has proved to be quite the chaotic track. Definitely one of the most tricky circuits to get around in one of these Formula 1 cars, where they've got crazy downforce and some real powerful engines in the rear. And it seems to have been Bloody Chen who's taken the lead from Stella, who just comes out of the pits. Stella just making their first pit stop.
Information for Badichan for safety. Make sure to look out for Stella. He's going to pull that 5-second gap on you in at the end of lap probably.
That's Pepe. That's just
Sector
gone off
one
the
yellow.
circuit. Oh, almost wrecks it again. Let's take a look at how that happened.
Green flag.
Oh, just awful power. Yeah, that curb will spin you around. And he gets the worst of that turn one curb. supposed to exit, I believe he's supposed to exit out a little bit wider off the circuit, but definitely unlucky for Pepe there. Maybe lost the position on track, and on track position has proved to be probably one of the most important things in this race. And it's Stella who's currently chasing down Bloody Chen. And listen to the scream of that RB7 as it rips through the circuit venue in Montreal. Oh, and that's the Force India, who's seemed to have just let the leaders by. Thankfully, didn't make it any more difficult for them than it already is. So definitely a big thanks to the leaders in the Force India for letting the leaders by. And here's the move we've been anticipating. It's for the lead, and Bloody Chen has a moment on the rear. Bloody Chen made it easy for
I think it was
there.
the better decision, Bloody. I think it was.
It made it just a little bit easier for Stella there. As Bloody Chen's on those hard tires, Vake Colby on new mediums had the faster car. Definitely made it a little bit easier for Stella there. Just had a little bit of a moment on the rear. Just spun it coming out of that chicane. Definitely was a little bit of a scare. Almost got into the wall. Thankfully keeps it out of the wall. Great catch by Bloody Chen. And it's midnight in fourth. The man who could not qualify for this race was unfortunately prohibited from running qualifying and was suspended from running this qualifying session. So we started from the back of the grid, now up into fourth. And it's going a little bit better for his teammate Stello, who's out in front. He's taken Montreal's lead of the race and a very fast lap. Oh my goodness, a 14.2 by Stella. That is a absolutely astonishing time. And that is extremely impressive. We didn't see anything even close to that in qualifying. And keep in mind, drivers put less fuel in their cars, and they prepared their cars for basically just one lap. And then the car won't drive very good. And they put down 15.2 something. Stella goes into a 14.207. Absolutely flying on those mediums. Extremely impressive stuff from Stella so far. 33 laps into the race. And so far, it's definitely been quite a bit of fun to commentate this race as it's Bloody Chen behind him. Definitely been quite fun to broadcast this race today, as there's been quite a reason to stick around on the broadcast and tune in and to see what happens next, because you never know what's going to happen next. You can't place sophisticated guesses on what will happen in these races. It's always a gamble when you head into these races. But there's definitely quite a bit of skill to it, and I think
Imagine someone bends it in the final chicane and then red flag in the middle of the race. That would be so absolutely funny, like on the last lap.
That'd Everybody's been doing it in the chicane so far. Oh, that could have been a moment on the rear. Maybe into the wall for the Mercedes there. I believe it was. Audi 10 definitely been struggling quite a bit on this track, and in general, everybody's been struggling quite a bit on the track. Not just the drivers, but I bet the teams. It's very, very difficult to set up a car to go quickly here at Montreal, considering it hasn't got as much elevation change as some other tracks, and it's very technical track. So
Okay, Midnight, and Kami, you're under investigation for a collision on lap 35.
oh, that's Captain Kami. That's just run around. He's just had an issue. Take a look back at what could have happened there. And it's right on board. On to the next lap. Excuse me. Just take a look at what happened here. Whoa. And it's a Midnight just
Imagine
got
someone
into
just
the
goes straight
rear.
on in the hairpin.
And let's ride on board with Midnight to see what happens here. Looks to the inside, backs off. Oh, and he just misjudges when Captain Kami was going to brake. Completely got into the back of him. Sent him sliding. And it might have been a little bit of pressure for Midnight as he had that Mercedes right behind him. He had a Mercedes right behind him. Wait, Colby. And that's Midnight that's going to be under investigation for a collision. Captain Kami now behind Midnight. He's dropped back to 6th. And as I was just saying just a couple laps ago, these races, you never know what's going to happen. Definitely been a very tricky circuit to both drive and put a fast lap on and race for 42 laps and try and compete with other drivers. But one thing hasn't changed so far in this race, and that is Stella. That is the fact that Stella is still out front and absolutely flying. Last lap was a 14.945. Currently reading that he is on the soft tire. Oh, it almost contact with the Lotus.
Call me Midnight, there's a mid-race investigation.
Oh, and we see that there's been an issue for Pepe. He's currently facing in the wrong direction. Seemed to have just gotten on the power wrong, coming out of that hairpin. That's Stella who's still out in front. It looks like Stella's gotten onto the softs. So Red Bull has slapped some soft tires onto that Red Bull and seem to maybe be going for the fastest lap of the race.
Midnight, Kami will be required to report to the FIA after the race because of some controversy with this collision. Thank you.
And we've just gotten the word. We've just gotten the word from race control that Midnight and Captain Kami are under a little bit of pressure. They might have post-race penalties. They're going to have to report to the FIA post-race.
Why does it say Stella has taken the flag? I love bugs. I love them.
And only about 4 more laps left in this one at Montreal. And let's ride. Let's see where Bloody Chen is. Doesn't look like Bloody Chen can currently close that gap. And he's currently got that Force India that's just moved out of the way for him. Bloody Chen is on a mission to try.
Imagine
and
Christian
chase
Horner
Stella.
pees on the track so all the cars slip and Stella wins.
And Bloody Chen still currently trying to chase down that Red Bull, but it doesn't look like much can happen at this stage in the race, especially with Stella on some new softer tires. And the pace difference is just absolutely ginormous. Stella running over 3 seconds.
Arturo, I know you laughed. Don't even lie. And it's Fade Colby, who just now exits the pit lane. Comes out of the pits in 4th. And it's currently Midnight, who has got the last podium POV,
position.
someone just parks in the middle of the track. Like, it just blocks the whole thing.
Zangolios.
And then 1 lap of racing action to go.
Midnight currently running in 3rd. The man who started all the way at the back of this grid at the start of the race. And it's been 41 out of 42 laps here at Montreal. How's that Zangolios, who's Chimili just had another issue. I think he just parked it. That is interesting. What happened there? Yeah, it's just smashed the brake, I believe. Might have been difficult to get that Force India back going again. But anyways, back to the live broadcast. It's Stella who is on the white flag. It's 1 more lap for Stella to bring home this win.
Then Goliath, you're under investigation for lap 41 dangerous driving.
And it's been a difficult one for Red Bull at the beginning of this race. They were not allowed to set a qualifying time. They started all the way from the back of the grid. And Estella goes down this back straightaway one final time. And Red Bull, against all odds, they go from last, and they're going to get a 1 and 3.
Checkered flag. Yeah, Stella had one. Checkered flag.
Who's going to finish on that second podium position. What a race it's been. A great drop from Stella in that and Mercedes, who started on the pole, home second.
P2, Dadechan, good job.
Bloody Chen, who finishes P2. And here's the man who started from the back of the grid. Started at the back of the grid with his teammate. Midnight who...
Dadechan, Stella, you are under investigation for last lap donuting on the track. That is not allowed.
And Stella, Midnight, who comes home to finish third, takes that last podium spot away from Vate Colby. And what a race it's been. And that's Midnight who throws down some donuts on the track for a third place finish.
P1, Stella, P2, Dadechan, and P3, Midnight. Good job, guys.
And what a race it's been. And we thank you for joining us from Montreal. And your result, it is Stella, who is in P1. It's Bloody Chen who finishes right behind him. Midnight finishing third against all odds. It's been the Red Bulls, who against all of odds
Once
have
they've
finished
got two
first and
virtual
third.
safety cars, that's actually a good statistic.
We had quite a chaotic race. We had a virtual safety car and then an actual safety car. And it's Stella, Bloody Chen, and Midnight who fill up the podium here at Montreal. And some donuts from Stella. Who's won the race, and some donuts from the RBs.
Midnight and you two are under investigation with Stella for dangerous driving, also known as doing a donut on the track. Thank you.
And we thank you all for joining us from Montreal. We hope to see you at the next race.
Okay, this was a good race. Goodbye and good night.
And we
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
We'll see if we can maybe get some interviews lined up.
Since when?
And let's see what the Renaults have to say. See if we can talk with some of the drivers. If not, then that'll be it. So please. So we will be back once we have got the interviews sorted out. During that, please sit patiently.
Okay. What do you want?
I was asking to get.
Midnight. Sure. I will steal him. It's for breath. Give me a second. I will go and steal him. Okay, Colby, if I have the ticket, okay.
Hello?
Yellow.
Alright, Midnight, you finished P3 today and your teammate takes the win. How does it feel, and how do you think the car was? Definitely some of your thoughts on some of the incidents on track, and how does it feel to go from the back of the grid, unable to qualify, and your team to get a 1-3?
Car feels good. Drivers feels like cringe. People defending by pushing me into the wall, and blue flags not letting you pass. So incidents happened, and it was terrible. By starting from pit lane, I mean, it's okay. I'm happy I didn't. So turn one, we probably would die.
Nothing happened in turn one, thank God.
Yeah, this time nothing happened. Lucky.
This time. And time for my favorite thing.
Which thing? Oh, you have any more questions for
Investigating.
me?
1 hour, 1 minute.
Arturo, hello.
Yes,
Arturo.
Oh, I'm
Yes, I'm still
personally
here.
not very happy with P3 finish because kinda unlucky race. Should be at least second, you know.
Alright, well,
Because I
thank you,
believe
Midnight,
that
for your
Red Bull
time.
deserves to be on top. Yeah.
So that's definitely a big statement. We'll definitely remember that for next race. Thank you, Midnight, for the interview.
Red Bull not fast, that's my ass, by the way.
Well, we thank you,
I'll
folks,
find that.
for joining us from Montreal or anywhere in the world.